Good morning, everybody. My name is the Sober Boys, or the Fancy, from the Big R. I'm doing nothing else but the show called the Big R Solution Sports Program. This morning, I want us to discuss something that is very, very thorny, which is see happening in football. We saw that the chairman of Morocco Swallows has come out um, strongly to indicate that he's not going to allow people who wants to be hooligans in football. Mr. David Mogashoa, he said, because we know that some of the Morocco Swallows supporters are not happy with the coach, Truta. They want the coach gone. We saw about 3 people on social media protesting, holding the placards, saying why the team is still holding on the coach. So the chairman is coming out strongly to say, you know what, you need to support the coach, and he's not going to allow himself to be given instruction by the fans. And then he's threatening that if they continue to do what they are doing, he will sell the team, and then probably the supporters have to buy the team. Now, the next question is, do you think what he has done is a good thing? That's what should be done by all other soccer bosses at some point, to take a stand to say enough is enough. I don't know his argument, but we can talk about what we know. So I just want to hear from your perspective, what do you think? Do you really think the fans are correct, Tuta must leave, or Tuta should be given an opportunity to continue? Because according to the chairman, they are just facing a downhill. They are just facing a lean spell, which, it will be overcome at some point. So he's asking for patience, especially from the fans, that patience, the fans need to be patient and give the coach the chance. Now, remember that he was put on special leave, and then his second in charge took over. What happened thereafter? Things went terribly wrong. They lost most of the games, at least with Truta. They were not losing per se, they were playing draws. If they were winning with 1 goals or a solitary goal. But let's remember, this guy is the guy who took them all the way from Glad Africa to the Premier League, up to the point whereby he qualified for top 8. Now, this year it's a little bit difficult for him because now he is definitely threatening to be in the relegation zone. So if things are not turned around quickly, Swallows might end up seeing themselves being relegated. But he argues, the chairman, to say it's a lean spell. And we know that lean spell do happen. Now, it's not only Swallows that does that. We know that even at Kaiser Chiefs, fans were crying. They wanted Stuart Baxter to come back. He came back, started now complaining that Stuart Baxter should leave. Sometimes I heard some people on social media saying the fans would even come up with a 11 for the coach. So you can imagine if all of us as fans come up with our team that should be selected, what confusion are we going to cause? Moreover, that the coach is there at training. He knows the players, he sees the players every day, seeing the players every day. He sees who's committed, who's not committed. He knows who's not 100% fit. Is getting information from technical staff. in terms of their physical readiness. So the coach is in a better position to know as compared to us, all right? But at the same time, I think the fans of Mogashoa are really, really worried because they don't want to see this team going to the relegation. Remember, Swallows has been in the doldrums for quite some time now. And then for them even to be in that led Africa, they had to buy status or move. And then, so it has been very, very difficult for Mogashoa. So I don't know what's your take. I don't know what's your take. Maybe, you know, you have a view. Maybe your view is we need to make sure that, let the team support the coach. Because remember, when they support the coach will see that I'm being supported and he's going to commit himself. I don't know. I don't know what's your take. Do you really think this is a good idea for the Swallows fans to do what they're doing? Or do you think that it's not a good thing for the Swallows fans to put pressure on the coach? But now let me ask this question. If we as fans continue to put pressure on the coach, will that work for us? Shakes, welcome to the show.
Good morning, welcome. Thanks for having me on the show, Prasobe.
Yeah, we're talking the coach of Mogashoa. We are talking Mogashoa. We know that David, the chairperson, has said he's not going to tolerate unruly fans. And then unruly fans, whereby they want to put the coach under pressure. I was saying that's what's my point of view. And then now I want to hear what is the public thinking about that. Is this a right thing that has been taken by the chairman of Mogashoa, David Mogashoa, to say everything must come to a standstill now? One cannot allow fans to continue to control the team because the coach is the one who trains the players every day. He knows who's not fully fit. He knows who's got injuries. He's getting information from other technical support staff in terms of the players. He can see the players every day in terms of commitment, that in terms of training and so on and so on. But you can imagine if all of us are coming up with our own 11, maybe it's high time that one stand up and say, guys, you know what, stop it here. We are going a lean spell, and then we are going some difficulties. But at the same time, let's understand from Mogashoa's fans, they are really scared because Swallows has been in the doldrum for many, many years. Because they've been in the doldrum for many, many years, so they don't want to see the team going down. So maybe it's a reasonable argument from the fans. So I don't know what's your take. So Shakes, welcome to the show. Just give us your view.
Yes, thanks, Prasobe. I think we have to look at it this way, Prasobe. What Swallows, when they came into the PSL, who did they replace now when players went to Kaizer Chiefs? When some of their good players like Ngobo, they went to Kaizer Chiefs. Did those players get replaced at Swallows? Did they get the right material? Really, is it fair to have a go at the coach and say it's him who's making the team not to gel at the moment? I don't think so. I think the Swallows supporters are being unreasonable. I mean, this is the same coach that took them to the PSL 2 seasons ago. I think the fans need to be more patient, and I think the chairman is right. The supporters must understand that it's not pap and flays to run a football team, and they must be more reasonable, and they must have more patience with the management of Swallows. I think it's a little bit too early. This coach, they came up with him. He did the job. So I think it's only fair that the Swallows supporters also give the coach support. They give the team support. These problems are not needed right now at Swallows. It's the togetherness that's needed. The team is going through a bad patch. I think the supporters should be one with the management and supporting Truta, and yeah.
What about an argument? Check your lighting. Your lighting is not perfectly well. What about the argument that if we continue? Yeah, now I can see. What about the argument when people say we give a coach a chance? Look at Jomo Cosmos. Look at Jomo Son. How many chances have we got at Cosmos? And they seems not to be coming back. Playing 13 games without a win. So maybe it's the genuine concern, all right? Because we need to use other yardsticks. That is why I'm saying, you look at Cosmos, you look at Jomo, how long he has been in the NFT, all right? And then this year, we understand that he has played 13 games without a win. Maybe the fans are thinking about that in their background to say, look, we have been in the doldrum for many years, and then we don't want to see ourselves going to relegation, and then go and struggle down there. And I hear, as Jake said, fortunately, you played largely in the professional soccer league, but I'm sure you have heard from your colleague. They said, "Hey, down there is tough. It's not as easy as here in the Premier League. There is no space there." So, what about that argument from the fans' perspective?
Yeah, it's true. No, I understand the fans' perspective. They've been down there. They don't want to go back. So they are concerned, with the Swallows not collecting points and too many draws, So yes, it's a major concern for Swallows, But I think Truta deserved that chance. I think after bringing them up and last season doing well, I think he's somebody who's going to also this season he will survive. But I think Swallows really need to buy players before we can blame the coach for anything. Have they replaced the players that went to the big teams that left Swallows? I don't think those players were replaced. The players like Kabongcobo who went to Kaizer Chiefs, I don't think they were replaced. So obviously Swallows will struggle, and you can't always blame the coach. Does he have the material that he had when he brought them up? So those are the factors also, not just the coach, because the coach can come in there, but if he doesn't have players, he'll also struggle to keep them up.
Yeah, fans out there and members of the public, you also have a point of view. Just give us a view, just give us your comment. Do you think Swallows should stick with the coach and continue? Just like Sheikh is saying, the guy does not have enough material. The guy lost quality players, and then there was no replacement. Yeah, we hear that people like Nchumayelo are brought in. But you know what is worrying? We've never seen Nchumayelo playing. What does that tell us? Does this tell us that the boy was not fit to be, it's not fit? Remember, even the caretaker coach did not play him. So what does that tell you? Maybe Ngobo quality player left and he was replaced with a substandard player. What's your take about that, Sheets?
Yeah, Prasobri, and Jumailo's been out for a very long time. Upibo, I'm not sure that he can be the same player that he was at Paris before. You know, being out for that long, he really needs a lot of game time, which I don't know where he'll get from. You know, but it's going to be very difficult for him to adjust now to the pace of the game here in the PSL after being out for so long. So he's not a player you can actually rely on after losing the quality players that you've lost. I think for Jumayelo at Swallows, it was just them giving him a chance, but not really somebody you can, I think you can come on and think you can rely on him, you know. It's going to take a lot of work for him to come back. And yeah, I think Swallows really need to do a lot of beefing up. They didn't close the gap of those players that left.
Now, how about, I noticed that Swallows, they don't have a public relations officer. Somebody in the media department, just to give us news what is happening at Swallows. Because as much as the chairman is saying this, but probably Swallows were supposed to release the news. Say, this is what is happening at the team. I don't know, maybe I've missed it. I haven't seen any updates from Swallows. That, you know, like all other teams, I see your Sundowns, you get some updates. This one is injured and all that. Your Kaiser Chiefs. I wonder whether you understand where I'm coming from. I haven't seen much from Swallows giving us news, what is happening at Swallows. So that might leave the fans in the dark. That might make the fans not understanding what's happening with the team. So they get worried what's happening, you know?
Yes.
So that's maybe as much as I agree with you, the fans need to give the management a chance, but I think Swallows has also to sort out that department of giving out information. That's very important. I'm impressed with TS Galaxy. They're going out and giving information. You know, the man who's there, Kiza, you know, is going out giving us information. Should be at Mamelodi Sundowns. They give information. Vina at Roca Swallows, Tandy at Orlando Pirates. That is important. That is important, you know. I don't know. What's your take about that?
No, definitely, Brasob, it's important. The communication between the team and the supporters is very key. And it's one area that Swallows needs to have a look at, you know. It will make things easier if the supporters knew what was happening within the team. I think it also frustrates them when they don't know who to talk to or where to go for news about Swallows. And it becomes worse when the results don't come and they don't know who to vent to. So it's very important, the communication between the supporters and the team itself. And I think, yes, Swallows, they are going through their challenges, but there's a lot of things they need to fix in that department. With communicating with the Dube Beds, Faithful, and creating a relationship between the supporters and the team is very key.
Well, some people might blame Corona, that Corona has been a problem. Remember, in the past, there would be branches. I know during the time of Louis Chakwane, Patko Mafani, you know, branches were there. People would go out there and then inform the branches, talk to the branches, because talking only on the media, it doesn't help. You know, I listened to Patko Mafani at some point. He came up with something very, very brilliant. He said, these days with social media, It's easy when you're a PRO. All right. And listen to what he said. He said you can have a WhatsApp group with the chairmen of the branches. You can have a WhatsApp groups with the secretaries of the branches. You can have a WhatsApp groups with various stakeholders within the branch, all right? And the branches themselves. So various WhatsApp groups, and then communicating in WhatsApp. So yes, as much as I've said, coronavirus could be blamed for what we see today, but we cannot continue to blame coronavirus. We need to be strategic. Sheikhs, I was saying, Patko Mafani put up a very good argument, which I totally agree. He said, during this day and era, whereby technology now has made things easy, you can have various WhatsApp groups with the branches. You can have a WhatsApp group with the chairman. You can have WhatsApp groups with the organizers. You can have WhatsApp groups with the secretaries of the branches. You can have the WhatsApp group with the entire branch. All right, so that the information, it's filtered through. And nowadays, our phones are everything. With the phone, Sheikhs, you can do anything. You can pay, you can communicate. This is how we deal ourselves, as the Big R Solutions. We have various WhatsApp groups. We have a WhatsApp groups of us and our members in the sports program, where we communicate, share jokes, and so on. We have a WhatsApp group where the only us who are running the show and talk. So what's your take about that? Don't you think that this team should do that?
No, definitely. I think definitely there's a point there. I think Swallows really does not have much of an excuse there. They should make use of the technology that's available, and communicate more with their supporters. I think it's one area that they just have to have a look at. It's not that they are not capable, but yeah, I think they could do better in the way they communicate with their supporters as well. If they have a look at it, I think they will see that they are also in the wrong there. They are also to blame sometimes with not communicating. So there's no reason why they can't use these media platforms to communicate with their supporters.
Facebook also give you an opportunity to have a group. Silos fans group can do that. Nothing stops them. Sheikhs, it was nice discussing. I realized that we have been struggling a little bit. Maybe let's take a break so that we do the next show for the lunch hour. And then in the meantime, let's take some water or take some hot tea, and then let's come back again and do the last show. Thank you very much, Sheikhs. I really appreciate if you can just indicate to the viewers and then bid them forward.
Okay, thank you, Basobri, and thank you to the viewers for tuning in.
Thanks, Sheikhs.